Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dungeons. I hope everyone is doing great today. I know that I am as always. We are jumping right back on into our game save here. Nothing really to catch you up on. But some new news that is out, and honestly, I can't even remember if I talked on this in the last episode or not. So if I'm reiterating myself, apologies. But I am excited for this. So they are releasing a new DLC for Minecraft Dungeons on... what is it, May the 26th? And now that I'm talking on it, I think I did mention it in the last episode. And I think I went into more details on it in that episode as well. But again, I'm just super excited. They've been releasing more and more teasers on it. So we're going to talk on that in just a minute here as we get into our gameplay. So in the last episode, we went through and we took on the Desert Temple. Now, some of you had left some comments talking on where the secret locations are for this, and where you could actually get an obsidian chest, which is pretty cool. So that's awesome. I do appreciate all the comments, guys. I do read through all of them, so feel free to leave a comment down below or leave a like if you do like this episode. But from here, we're going to continue on our path, I think. I think we're going to keep on going with some of the main story just for the time being on Apocalypse mode. We might just do the lower temple, to be completely honest with you guys. There is an item that we could find there. We could also find some additional things that could bump up our build, potentially. We will see. But I think that's a good one to go to next. And then from there, all we got is the Fiery Forge, the High Block Halls, the Under Halls, and then the Obsidian Pinnacle. And once we defeat the Arch-Illager once again on the Obsidian Pinnacle, we will be good for the main story all the way up through Apocalypse mode, which is awesome. It also does open up the island realms that we could go back through on Apocalypse mode and take those on as well. But those might be placed on the back burner for the time being, considering we only have about 2-ish weeks, roughly, probably a little bit less once you guys are seeing this, until the, I don't even know what the DLC is called. I should know what it's called offhand, but I don't know what it is. But it's the Ocean DLC. Once that bad boy comes out, obviously we're going to spend a lot of time playing that, at least all the way through it one time. So... and I know that they are releasing an additional free update alongside of it, like they do for everyone, and they're adding in, again, I can't remember what the name of it is called, but pretty much mini bosses that you can find randomly throughout the world itself, which would be really cool, because once those are in the game, it gives us another incentive to go back through on the island realms and try to find some of them, take on the Apocalypse mode of the island realm locations, and maybe find some good loot. So, guys, with that being said, let's jump into it today. We're going to do the lower temple, like I said, Apocalypse mode. Here we go. So this is a secret mission, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner right there. This is one that you would find in the Desert Temple. I did point it out, I believe, in the previous episode. For those of you who are wondering, feel free to go check that one out. And I'll show you that location. We have a couple episodes here on the channel for these locations. It's not our first time going through here. So let's take a look at the map. We do have 10 chests to find and 2 secrets to go through as well. So let's get our Iron Golem friendly in here, our familiar. Now, the Ocean DLC is going to be very interesting, honestly. Because from all the previews that they've given, you are actually going to be fighting underwater, which you guys might be like, well, yeah, duh, obviously you're going to be underwater. It's an Ocean DLC. But it's something that I didn't really take into consideration. And I'm also looking at our build setup, and obviously right now we are rocking a fire and poison build. So I'm just curious how that is ultimately going to factor in. Are we going to have problems with our build because of the fire aspect that we have on our bow? Or with our quiver, I should say. So it'll be interesting to see once we actually get there. I need to turn down the volume on my headset a little bit here, a little bit loud. We did pick up some dual crossbows here, that's perfect. Let's get our firework and get that just out there. Throw some TNT as well, that'll do a good amount of damage. There we go. I think it also damages our friendly familiar here, which is a little bit unfortunate that it does that. But it ultimately, I mean, we got those guys taken out, so that's fine. That's all that matters, right? Let's get our fiery arrows going. But yeah, so Obviously, we'll be fighting underwater. But it's also really cool because your rolls are now going to be replaced with dashing underwater. Pretty much you are going to almost have a zero gravity feel to it from, again, the promotional stuff they've put out, assuming that that would be the final product. But yeah, you'll have like a zero gravity feel to it, and so you will dash basically through the air from different island to different island underwater, which is pretty cool. Oh, we're hitting infinity on our rockets here, and that's awesome. But I'm super excited to see how that turns out. They've also showcased some of the enemies that we're going to run into, like Guardians and Drowned, which is really awesome. And you're also going to have to manage your air supply, which is, again, a cool feature. I feel like this one is going to be relatively game-changing in the way that we approach going through each level. Other ones have kind of had it, like the Howling Peaks DLC obviously had the wind, which we needed to account for, but that was only in certain locations. Now you're going to be fully submerged underwater, and you're going to have to watch your breath meter all the time. At least that is my assumption. Again, from the promotional material that they have so far put out on the old interwebs. Which is cool. I mean, that's something brand new that you really need to then focus on all the time and find those locations where you can get air supplies and, you know, regen your air bubbles. Your overall oxygen, I guess you could say, obviously. So, I'm super excited for it. If you do have the season pass, it does come with it, so there's no need to worry about purchasing anything or, you know, anything of the sorts. Unfortunately for myself, I do not own the season pass. I've actually been buying them individually because I ran into some problems when the season pass first came out where I could not actually purchase it for some reason on my version. It would not let me purchase it. Now, when I started playing this, I was using Xbox Game Pass, so that could have been the issue right off the bat there. But I've been buying the DLCs individually all along our progression through them here, so I will have to do the same myself for this next one. But that is perfectly fine. Honestly, I was doing a little bit of the maths, as I do from time to time, when I am calculating things that I want to purchase. And you don't really save too much money from the season pass, maybe like $2, $3 realistically in the grand scheme of things, which to some people is a lot. To me, it's very minimal, so it's no big loss there. The season pass is just a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about going in and purchasing them every single time. You automatically get them, which is nice. So, anywho, all right, we're progressing along really well here. Nothing too crazy to stand out thus far. We do need to find the golden key here. I'm surprised. Oh, it did update. I was like, I'm surprised it didn't update to tell us, hey, you got to find the golden key. Got to find the golden ticket. I'm 95% sure I just ran into my own TNT there. Whoopsie. And I also killed our iron golem, which is awesome. But that's fine. We're fine. We've made it back. Get this guy out of my face. I know we could find some secrets and some chests down here. There's a chest right there that we can get to once we progress. I think once we actually get the golden key, we can come back down here and take on some enemies here. Oh my gosh, our rockets. Oh, that is exactly the reason why I love having that rocket artifact. It just does so much damage, and especially with our bow, when we hit infinity on it, we just keep getting them over and over again. Alright, we're going to want to be careful. Obviously, we don't want to take too much damage here. We got a lever. We'll take the lever. Oh, and we got some more enemies spawning in. We'll backtrack just a wee bit here so we can get a better shot on things. It'd be really nice if we had hit infinity on that instance of our firework arrow, but that is perfectly fine. We're going to keep taking these guys out from a distance here. Alright, we got our fire arrows. Do some fire damage, that's fine by me. Alright, we got them all taken out. We did lose the golden key, though. He has retreated to his original resting place. That is what will happen when you do get hit. He does run away and run back to his original spot where you picked him up from. So I cannot see anything. I don't know why. I think I clicked off screen accidentally. Whoopsie. Yeah, we just hit infinity so much. It's so crazy. I'm sure that you guys probably can see it down here as we go through and hit all of those infinity ones where it just keeps piling up, which is awesome. But I don't really notice it because I'm in like the heat of the moment trying to fight, and I don't really notice that we're still rocking the infinity on there. So, all right, we got a pot here. We got some more enemies, but nothing too crazy. We're gonna backtrack this way real quick and grab this chest. Nothing too fancy. We did get the battle staff, which we've already picked the one up this gameplay, so nothing too crazy, like I said. So, moving right along, we are now on the path to leave the lower temple, and we did get a level up. That is also something that I don't always necessarily watch out for, but we are at level 79, and I know that's not much because I know some of you out there have been playing this way more than what we have. Obviously, we've only really been doing it with the episodes that we put out. So all the episodes that you see on the channel are obviously what we have played. So within 60-something episodes, we have gotten it up to a level 79, which is not too shabby, I would say. But I know that some of you out there are way higher than that, like into the level 100 range. Wow, there's a lot to explore here, and this isn't even the direction we want to necessarily go to get out of here. So I'm going to do a little bit of fighting here, do a little bit of searching for some loot, and if I find anything interesting, I'll bring you guys back for this like kind of side area here. Otherwise, I'll meet you back on the main path. All right, guys, so I didn't find anything in that path over here. Nothing too fancy at all, but I did realize we missed a chest back here where we found the golden key. So I figured I would just kind of loop on back and grab that bad boy, but unfortunately nothing too fancy from there. Just a piece of armor there that we'll hold on to for the time being. We'll probably clean it up once we get a little bit more progressed here, and we can take a second to breathe and go through and just clean up our inventory a little bit. So back on the main path we go, and let's see what we run into here. Looks like this has already taken some enemies out. We do have a speed potion that's already hanging out there, which is kind of funny to see the natural things, the natural environmental roadblocks that are more so meant for us take out the enemies that are here. It's kind of funny. We did lose our iron golem. I believe he just got pushed off the side there, but that's okay. We can make do without him for the time being. These skeletons are really weak to fire damage, it seems like. I feel like the skeletons get taken out super easy, whereas the zombies take a little bit more time to get taken out from the fire damage. Wow, we got a huge area to go through. I think back that way is the way we want to go. So obviously we're going to go the opposite way for the time being and see what we can run into. Hopefully we find some chests out this way. That'd be obviously the ultimate goal. I do need to remember to use our firework arrow as much as we can, whenever it makes the most sense, obviously. Whoa, all right, that wraith has a protection on it or something that's really doing some bad damage to us there. So let's let our golem take them out. Deflect, they have deflect on it, which is just not good for us because any damage we would do to them was reflected back onto us as a player. And yeah, we pretty much just insta-died from that bad boy, so. It's cool to run into enemies that have that kind of enchantment on it. Obviously, it makes it, you know, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more interesting to go through and play through the game when you have roadblocks like that. And I feel like they just don't happen that often. So again, very cool to see. We do have a chest here. It's just a normal chest, so nothing too crazy out of that. We're gonna keep going this way. Get our firework arrow. We do have another one. And boom, we did so much damage. We did get a reinforced mail drop here. but nothing too fancy. And we did have another firework arrow. I did not even realize that. I wish I could have used it here, but that's okay. We'll use our flame arrows instead. Getting all that infinity, and they are taken out. Not too bad, actually. And unfortunately, nothing down this way. That is kind of the end of the path there, so we gotta make our way all the way back to the main area. Collect these arrows, too. All right, and just like that, we are back on the main path here. I think what I'm gonna do is, well, this is kind of one singular area over here. So let's come, that goes all the way down there, and there's something down there. But I am curious, like, what that path has, but, okay, well, we're gonna do this. We'll do this one first. We're here. Let's just do it while we're here and see what this area has to offer to us. We'll grab those pots, and we'll come in here. Right off the bat, bunch of enemies. I do recall this area. I believe there is a good amount of loot for us to find here, potentially. So, oh, okay, I guess I can't roll over to that area there for some reason. Don't know why. And get all those guys taken out. Not too shabby. How we doing? Yep, there's a huge chamber here with a lot of stuff for us to investigate. Yeah, I came over here. There we go. Now we can roll across. And I honestly don't think there's anything back there for us to find, which is a little bit of a bummer. I was kind of hoping there would be. But we can make our way over to here. And keep on moving on. We did get our flame arrows. Let's use those bad boys. This guy does have protection. Not a big fan of these guys. They're kind of annoying. We'll let our golem probably take out most of them if he's still alive. He's dead. Okay, so we got to take out most of them. And unfortunately, we are completely out of any artifacts for us to use currently. So we're going to have to go old school. We did get our firework arrow. And we got him taken out. It actually worked out. It actually did work out. So, okay, let's investigate a little bit more before we jump through that portal there. Because I'm not 100% sure where it leads, so I don't necessarily want to go down that path just yet. Oof, we're taking a lot of damage. Trying to back up a little bit here to let our health potion regen. It would have been really nice to have infinity on that firework arrow right there, but I guess we are just out of luck. All right, we really need to move here for a second so we can regen on something to help us out. Get our iron golem back too. Okay. All right, cool. We actually were able to get those guys taken out. Let's see what we got down this way. Hopefully it was worth our while taking out all of those guys and ultimately using a lot of our stuff up. Okay, we do have another golden chest here. We got some dual crossbows, nothing too fancy. Get our health potion back here. We do have another chest here with a katana. And we do have another chest back in the main chamber here. So let's head back over here and let's see what we can get from that one. I almost said bad boy again. I say bad boy quite a bit. Probably can make a nice drinking game out of it. Much like a lot of the things I say. You kind of get into a habit of like repeating a lot of similar wording when you talk. It's just habits, right? You get used to a singular way of speaking. And it just kind of sticks that way. So, and I definitely am, I'm definitely in that boat. So, all right. I don't think there is anything else for us here, except there was that one spot over there. There's actually a piece that we missed as well. So let's head back over in this direction real quick. And take a peek and see what we had overlooked here. So there was this up here, which I don't know why in my head I was thinking that was a portal. It's not. It's just an empty area. And then we did have a little spot back here. Good thing we did look because we did get a chest with a battle staff. So we do have a bunch of junk. Let's get rid of some stuff. I am just going through and getting rid of things. that we really just don't need. If this had infinity, I would consider it a little bit more, but it doesn't. These reinforced mail, it has a longer cooldown, and I'm not a big fan of that. So all of this stuff is ultimately just getting nixed out of here. This one's not bad. We could use that to summon ancients, so I shall hold on to that. We're gonna head back to the main path, though. All right, we are back, excuse me, on the main path. And we are actually going in this direction right over here to see what we got. Otherwise, we're gonna head towards the exit, which is actually the long, narrow hallway that I was kind of interested to explore before. So that is the end. Well, we do have these guys over here that have fire trail and tempo theft on them, but they're really not that tough, honestly. The fire trail is probably the thing that sucks the most. We do have a normal chest here, nothing too fancy, and that's gonna do it for over here. We get this guy taken out. Come on, Iron Golem, you're taking forever. All right, back out here, and we're gonna go down the path to leave the temple then. And get those guys taken out too. Why not? And here we go. Another chest. Throw that down there. Leave the temple is our new objective, which is, it's just gonna be at the end of this hallway, so not too bad at all. And there we go. That is a victory. Hopefully we get a good item from the end chest here. We'll see. Hopefully it's the item that we had not yet found that unlocked when we got into the apocalypse mode. But we shall see here shortly once it loads in. Damage dealt, almost 3 million damage dealt. That is pretty crazy. I always think it's interesting to look at some of these statistics. We did unfortunately die 2 times. Let's see what we got from this obsidian chest. We did get a ghost cloak. Bummer. So that is something that we've already had previously. Something that we've already discovered. I'm going to get rid of it. And then unfortunately that does mean that whatever was down here... oh no, we did find it. Okay, I guess it was the katana. Oh, okay. Huh. For some reason, I thought we already found a katana. But I guess we hadn't. So, yeah, I guess that means we are all set then. Nothing too crazy in the merchant's inventory here. We could do a restock. This trick bow is actually pretty nice because it does have infinity there. It does have poison on it. And I believe that's piercing, which would be pretty cool. And it does hit multiple targets. It doesn't really do that great of damage, though. But that infinity is nice on there. You don't really see it that often. Let's do a restock and see what pops up. All right, so we have plate armor. I'm also interested in looking at armors because we've historically been very, very focused on one type of armor that catered towards our soul build. And now, obviously, we have a different type of build, and I want to see what other options are out there. There is this emerald gear, which looks kind of cool. Chance to spawn emeralds when exploring, 25% melee. It does have a really good health, 3,400 health, which is pretty nice. But everything else on it isn't too crazy. It does have bag of souls. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be bad if we were to get our soul build up and going again, to have that armor there, because it does have bag of souls. It does have the tempo theft, and then I don't know what on the last one what it is. It's only 196. Let's just grab it. Why not? And neither of those are that crazy. And then obviously the wind horn is nothing. Let's check the luxury merchant. What do you have for us today? You have a sword, nothing fancy. Piglin armor, which it does have 50% artifact damage, which is really nice, and resets artifact cooldown on potion use. I mean, that does have a soul capability on there, multi-roll there, and then poison, which is pretty cool. Fire, souls, and then pets, which is pretty nice. And it does have plus 50% souls gather. Briefly gain ghost form when rolling. It has 4,200. Wow, okay. We could either do fire or bees and get bees that come in. Be cool. Okay, let's get this. I'm kind of curious. let's just do it. I'm tempted to see how it is. What was Beast Boss? Pet damage is increased, which would be really nice. Or you could just increase your health each time you respawn. Oh, that's your respawn though. Burning every 5 seconds, damage all near. Okay, so this is just in general, you just damage them, which would be really nice. And the souls gathered. Oh, because we could do soul focus, which increases our soul damage. So if we were to do that with the beast boss and the burning, but there's no real reason to do burning because we have poison on our sword, but that's about it. We'd probably want to switch out our sword for something different. It does burn mobs though, actually. It does say it does burn mobs. This one's really nice, and it gives us soul. So we could switch this over to being more soul focused. Like switch this out, put our torment quiver on here. We got some good options, guys. We got some really good options here. But guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. Anything additional, we'll obviously take care of in the next episode. Probably the next one, we are going to go and do an ancient hunt. We have collected a good amount of loot, which we can then offer up towards an ancient. And we also gained a couple levels over the past episode or two so that we can offer those enchantment points as well. So we'll see how it goes in the next episode. You guys will have to stay tuned. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it so very much. If you did like this episode, definitely leave a like down below. Or better yet, leave a comment like I mentioned earlier. If you are new to the channel, you do want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. You guys know what it does. We do stream over on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays at about 4:30 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in catching a live stream, the link for that is in the description down below, along with the link to our Discord. If you're interested in joining the community, or at the very least staying up to date with things that are going on here with the channel or with the stream, I do post updates over there, so it's a great way to keep in touch with what all is going on. But guys, other than that, thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it so very much, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.